Number 9, Romario Williams. Number 18, Elliot Collier. Number 27, Bruno Ringo. Number 30, Ben Ofebu. Number 41, James Musa. And the captain of your Indy 11, wearing number 14, Aiden Gwynn. The head coach of Indy 11 is Sean Vivaldi. Indy 11 assistant coaches are Phil Presser and Gabe Simone. The goalkeeper coach is Andy Swift. The head athletic trainer for Indy 11 is Josh Frankham. And the team doctor is Dr. Ashley Warren. This is Indianapolis. This is the Indy 11 to take to the field. What a moment for this city. Our prisoners. Run.
Indy 11 tried to make it twice in as many years as far as a cup run is concerned. Last year was a berth to the semifinals of the U.S. Open Cup. This year, a win tonight ensures on at least the quarters of the Jägermeister Cup, the first year the championship has been involved. A familiar foe in FC Tulsa comes to Carroll Stadium this evening. Thanks for joining us on WRTV 6 and ESPN Plus alongside former Indy 11 defender and midfielder Brad Ring. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us. And Brad, again, this is not a regular season matchup. These two teams will see each other again. And frankly, in terms of the table, Tulsa's doing great. They're leading the West, but this game does not count for the standings. What it does count for is a chance to play for a championship. If Indy 11 gets a shootout win or a regulation win, they know they're on to the quarterfinals coming up in August.
Yeah, look, Indy has turned up in the Cup play. You talked about last year's Open Cup run. You talked about this year's. They actually played well in the Open Cup, lost at Philadelphia, and then sitting top of the group here in the Jägermeister Cup. So it's been a really exciting stretch for Indy 11 in Cup play.
All USL League One and Championship teams, so 38 teams in total. 8 will advance on past tonight. 6 group winners and 2 wildcard teams. Even if Indy doesn't win, they're in good position to be a wildcard team. Tulsa has to win and get some help. They cannot win the group. The other match that has an impact towards the top of the table is Birmingham and Forward Madison tonight. Let's take you back 28 days. The last time the Indy 11 played in Jägermeister Cup action, it was the Birmingham Legion. It was a match that Indy felt like they controlled until the very end, but still found a way out through penalties.
Yeah, Coach McCauley mentioned kind of feeling like they dropped a point, but hey, they did win the shootout. They got the extra point, which is making big strides for them in group play. You see some of these clips here. Hunter Salt came up absolutely huge with a couple saves in that shootout.
Well, what really impressed me, obviously, that's a ball he'd like to have back. That, folks, was in the 94th minute. He had saves in round 5 and round 8. The latter decided it and gave that crucial extra point to the Indy 11.
Yeah, absolutely. Diving right here to his right, the top hand. That is a very, very difficult save.
Used all of that 6'7" wingspan the native Alaskan has in goal for the Indy 11. So, can the drama be matched again tonight? We'll find out. Starting lineups, opening kickoff comes your way in a matter of moments. You're watching this Jägermeister Cup group finale on WRTV6 and ESPN+. Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. And by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting new tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. 2 big changes. Benefemu is back for the first time in a month. He got hurt against Tampa Bay on June 25th. And Elliot Collier, all of his appearances in league play have been off of the bench. He gets the starting nod up top tonight.
Yeah, looking for Collier to come in with a lot of energy. Looking forward to him getting the start.
For FC Tulsa, it's notable who is not starting. Taylor Calhera, who has 8 goals on the season. He will come in off the bench. Again, we think it's a long shot that Tulsa could advance on in the Cup. They might be using this as a chance for a little squad rotation tonight.
Yeah, and probably see how the game goes and maybe bring him in off the bench, see if they can make some action late.
And we are underway from Carroll Stadium. Thanks for joining us on WRTV6 as well as ESPN Plus. And Romario Williams going to be called for just nudging the Tulsa defender out of the way. Gerald Flores is our referee. Nicholas Seymour, Eric Del Rosario Gandara, our assistant referees, and Race Williams is our fourth official for tonight's game. These two teams briefly were in the same division back in 2021. He played 4 divisions, played everybody in your division 4 times. Tulsa has been in the Western Conference. They are the furthest most eastern team in the Western Conference. They have some significant travel. So again, these have been rivals in the past, but do not see each other as frequently as years gone by. So the weather bug kind of popped by on the screen. We're feeling pretty fortunate. We thought there might be a bit of a delay to start this match. There was some thunderstorms kind of rolling through the western suburbs of Indianapolis. They just seemed to kind of die out and miss us to the south. It rained for about 30 seconds before kickoff. But thankfully, the sun is starting to pop back out. Quinn Williams couldn't find Elliot Collier. Now the hit goes right to the goalkeeper. And Johan Peñaranda spilled it for a moment, but nobody was close by. Injury report is brought to us by Community Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Aiden Stanley, a year-long injury with that knee injury. He's been out since May 16th. And no Hayden White, out due to a hamstring injury tonight. And Ofemu's return times out well. He'll simply replace Hayden in the right back position of a 3-back lineup used by Sean McCauley. Josh O'Brien's been seeing more playing time as of late for the Indy 11. Indy coming off a loss last Friday night at North Carolina FC 4-2. That was kind of against what their run of form had been. As just a few raindrops are coming down now, but again, there frankly is more sun than clouds.
Yeah, NCFC though, that's a look. They're not having the best year ever, but that's a hard place to go and get points. Looking for Indy to continue their home form here, which has been really strong as of late.
They have been kind of a grinded out team as of late at home. Time to get to our keys to the match, brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Brad, take it away.
Yeah, speaking of home form, right, after kind of struggling to pick up points to kick off the year, Indy has won the last 3 home games, 4 out of the last 5. One of those coming in that shootout win in the Jägermeister Cup against Birmingham about a month ago. And a lot of that success is coming from their defense, right? They've only allowed 2 goals in those 5 games, so that has been a big catalyst for them. Second thing is transition moments, both offensively and defensively. They have caught opponents sleeping a couple times on the transition, but I think a little bit more on the defensive side of things. They have been caught getting too many numbers forward, so making sure that when they're throwing numbers forward, they're doing it in a balanced way and staying organized and communicating in the back.
On the flip side, again, for Tulsa, so much of their offense comes through Cal Hara, so he's going to be on the bench. Where do they find goals early in the match?
Yeah, it can be a number of guys. I think my eyes are on Weber. Dangerous player, makes things happen. So that's certainly one guy, but that's the question, right, heading into this game. Luke Spencer obviously is hoping someone steps up. He leads the team with 8 goals, so big boots to fill. And then the second one, we talked about it on the kickoff, but it's a must-win scenario in terms of Jägermeister Cup play. They're doing a great job in USL Championship standings, but they need this win to pick up 3 points to put themselves in a position to get one of those wild cards.
Yeah, frankly, 1 or 2 points does them no good. And,
Yep.
and even if they get all 3 points, they need some help with numerous other results. The path to the quarterfinals is much simpler for the Indy 11. That ball ends up going off of Elliot Goldthorpe. It was an acquisition earlier this season from Lexington SC.
He's another guy to look out for tonight, Rick. He's a dangerous attacking player. Him, Weber, and others. Certainly someone that Indy's prepared for.
Lamar Batista, one of the familiar names to the Indy 11 fans. There's a lot of players that are new to this league that have gotten Tulsa to the point of success they've accomplished so far. Probably the most familiar name for Tulsa in this match is Patrick Segrist, who formerly played for the Indy 11. Ball gets around Musa, but Salt is there to quickly clear it, and Aiden Quinn will buy a bit more real estate to allow the Indy 11 to reset.
The little thing there, but I don't know if you saw that cheeky little touch from Aiden Quinn. Ball's coming to him. opposing FC Tulsa player is putting a lot of pressure on him. He just a little cheeky little flick and hits it up the line to get out of pressure.
Quinn is so talented and so precise. I'm not sure that anything counts as cheeky for him.
Yeah, he makes really difficult things look really, really
That's
easy.
right. Again, just a little bit of mist is coming down right now. But again, the sun is shining through to the west. Bit of a later arriving crowd because of the weather conditions.
Yeah, and really, you don't mind that as a player. You like a little bit of rain because it gets the turf playing a little bit faster. So you actually really like that. Now, as a fan, maybe sitting in a seat, you don't want to be damp for the rest of the game, but they'll get through it.
The weather gods have not been kind to the Indy 11 this season. We think that is about to change as of next weekend. We got to get through this one first.
Rendon chasing the ball back here. He's got a lot of space so far on the right side of the pitch here. Look for him to exploit that. Really dangerous player in a lot of capacities, but certainly off the dribble in one-on-one scenarios.
And Foster available off the bench tonight after he has missed some time due to injury, and this will be a yellow to Patrick Segrist. So in his return, he's played here before against the Indy 11, but Patrick picks up the yellow card in minute number 7 as Rendon goes down to the turf.
Look, that changes the way he has to approach the game now. Picking up a yellow 6 minutes into the game as a defender, having to defend Rendon the whole game. That is a big yellow card that Rendon picked up on Segrist. And like I said, he's going to have to be a little bit less aggressive. 50-50 balls he won't be able to go into. So it's certainly going to change the way that he plays the next 85 minutes if he goes the whole 90.
And Patrick may not have been a 90-minute player coming into tonight's game anyway. This is just his, again, these stats are separate from the championship stats. And that'll be a foul whistle against FC Tulsa as well. And Murphy having a bit of a talking to Boubacar Diallo. Boubacar is 22 years of age, played for Philadelphia Union 2 last year. Getting back to Segrist, in league play, just 7 matches and 2 starts. Spent time with the Switchbacks, with Memphis, with the Indy 11, and now with FC Tulsa as Patrick. Indy opened this competition winning at 2 League One sides. Rendon was just off. Last year's League One Defender of the Year, knows this competition well. And this was an all League One affair a season ago. Now all 38 teams take part in 6 groups, 2 of 7, the other of 6. You play 4 matches, 2 home, 2 road. Indy opened at Ford Madison, won 4-0. At 1 Knoxville, won 1-0. Then hosted Birmingham Legion, won it on penalties, 7-6 after a 1-1 draw.
It was a great find from Jack Blake over to Rendon there, and he's trying to stay, kind of up on that back line. When you're on the far side of the pitch like he was, you do have a pretty good line of sight across the back line. So those are ones typically where a coach can get a little frustrated if you're offsides on a play like that. But love that he's pushing the envelope there and looking to get behind early.
Tonight's match brought to you by the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. So Segrist taking a moment to let guys get set before he makes the throw. And I do think there might be a little game management here by Tulsa in terms of trying to keep this level. High boot to be called against FC Tulsa. I think they'd like to kind of keep things on hold until you get about minute number 60. Maybe bring in some of your usual stars off the bench.
Yeah, Calhera is obviously the one that comes to mind there, with leading the team with 8 goals. Very dangerous attacking player. He scored a number of goals in the Jägermeister Cup as well. So I think you're right. They'd be fairly content if it's a tie game or 0-0 or whatever it is in the 60th to 70th minute. Bring some weapons in off the bench and see if they can steal those 3 points that they need.
You got both coaches in frame there. Sean McCauley in the foreground, Luke Spencer behind him, and we have now been around long enough that we are seeing guys that were players in this league who played against the Indy 11 now being head coaches in this league. And Collier fouled by Batista. And as Collier is slow to get up, now it gives you a chance to see Luke Spencer. Luke, part of back-to-back championship teams for Louisville, 2017 and 2018. He was a player that he thought his career was cut short because of knee injuries. He was already a college coach, then kind of worked his way back into fitness and started playing for Lou City. But he was also part of a group that were 3-player coaches for 6 weeks. The year that Louisville won their last championship in 2018. He, Paolo Del Piccolo, and George Davis IV, and they didn't miss a beat when those guys were running the show.
3 great players. 3 great players, and he's done a heck of a job here at FC Tulsa.
Good step by Benefemu. Seeger's trying to work his way around him, but Rendon's speed on display. Throw-in coming for the visitors at FC Tulsa. By the way, this portion of this match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Yeah, I think you and I are 0% surprised that Luke is a really good coach in this league.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Some guys you just know.
Yep. And look, he's, as we mentioned, they're sitting top of the West right now. And this is a team that hasn't been a perennial powerhouse by any means. Not like a Lou City, who's always in the top few spots in the East. So to do what he's done so far has been impressive. Now, it's coming up on kind of halfway mark for the year, so can they sustain that? Can they finish top of the West? Obviously that's the question mark there, but he's done a heck of a job.
Aiden Quinn called for the foul. There's a good look at Luke. Of course, Lou City perks atop the Eastern Conference table, but they are by no means guaranteed a spot moving on to the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals. Ball sent in, and getting a good head to it was Batista. That is deemed to be a corner, though, that it was last touched by an Indy 11 player. Elliot Collier not happy about that.
Yeah, Elliot did a good job getting in front of that header.
Another ball sent in. Romario Williams with a Brad Ring-like kick.
So much respect for that. The flying, jump, scissor kick, ninja kick, whatever you want to call it. I'm a big fan.
The word graceful keeps coming to mind thinking about you doing that in your playing days here from 2014 through 2018.
I didn't do many things gracefully, so if I have that in my bag, at least it was one thing.
Ball eludes Aiden Quinn. Indy asks for a handball and we'll get it.
One thing I want to keep an eye on here is just the movement of the center backs for Indy 11. They've been caught a couple times when one center back or one defender will go up and challenge for a ball and the other two aren't tucking in to help out. It's one thing I want to keep an eye on here as the game progresses.
Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online now at imcu.com today. Indy on the road last weekend. They are then back at home next weekend. The Tampa Bay Rowdies, the opponent next Saturday. They could see the Rowdies again in the quarterfinals of this competition. That would be at Al Lang. It'll be on Wednesday, August 20th. Winner of this group plays the winner of Group 6, of which the Rowdies are currently in the lead. Flag stays down. Collier plays it across, but plays it directly to Johan Peñaranda.
And Elliot Collier is he's had a really good year off the bench, and he's come in, he brings energy, he's got good feet, he's good in the air, he makes a lot of things happen. Really excited to see him get a prolonged stretch here as a starter tonight and kind of create some things out of nothing, kind of like he did there. Obviously the cross was a little bit off, a little bit too close to the keeper who scooped it up, but really like his energy.
Indy 11's all-time leader in appearances as a substitute. Afemu gives full effort but cannot get there in time. A corner coming, second of the opening 50 minutes for the visitors at FC Tulsa. Collier in championship play has played all of 205 minutes so far this year. We saw him in preseason. He was really locked in and then got hurt. And it kind of cost him the first 5 weeks of the season. He's been playing catch-up ever since.
Takes time, Ray. Takes time to get back, get in form, get sharp, and I think he's kind of finding his stride here now, which bodes well for Indy 11, kind of into the back half of the year, the knockout phases of Jägermeister Cup.
Good ball, back post, and Hunter Salt just it tucked in enough. Player goes down to the box, not enough contact there. Indy not out of danger just yet. But first kind of scary, good opportunity for either side of this match belong to the visitors, and Quinn will play it sideways and give his team a chance to take a breath.
Yeah, and look at Indy 11 done fairly well, except he's open there on the back stick. Good save by Solt, but you want to limit the number of opportunities your opponent has to get the ball into the mixer, right? Getting the ball into the dangerous spots. And Indy has allowed 2 or 3 corners, the dead ball out wide, that cross there. There's been about 5 already. And you want to try to limit those as much as possible, because once the ball is right in front of net, anything can happen. Murphy
just kind of picked the wrong angle, went to Collier. If he could have found Rendon, Rendon had space on the far side. Murphy, a goal scorer 8 days ago against North Carolina FC, not his normal role. O'Brien gets a touch to it. Solt scampers over and keeps it in play.
Yeah, it's a great stop. Great hustle by Solt there. And one thing we haven't hit on yet is Solt and the defenders of Indy 11 are looking into a sun here now, you know, for Willie will be the whole first half. So just a little obstacle for them to deal with.
We do have an east-west pitch alignment here at Michael A. Carroll Track and Soccer Stadium on the campus of IU Indianapolis. Solt getting his 3rd start in Jägermeister Cup play. East Charles Cook was in goal for the game against 1 Knoxville. Flag goes up. Yep, moves to track back, but last attacker had just drifted a little bit too far. Real Medcar, the guilty party there, and Indy told that their restart was just a bit quick. The USL on CBS wraps up July with a championship showdown. Eastern Conference Hartford Athletic take on one of the top West performers in New Mexico United coming up Wednesday. That's this July 30th, this Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern time on the CBS Sports Network.
Didn't quite work out there, but I like the ball in behind from Benofemu to Rendon. Touchy Tulsa just opts to kick that one out of danger and live for another day, but Indy's got to throw in here in the attacking half.
Famu told to give up a little real estate before being allowed to restart. Quinn. Somewhat of a new role for Aiden, playing at times a left back. Blake. Lindley. Lindley looking for Blake. Blake trying to work his way through, just couldn't get there in time.
Good little sequence by Indy 11 there. And you're talking about Aiden Quinn kind of playing a left back, left mid. He does have a lot of freedom in that role, which is nice. He's got Musa behind him defensively. But you can see some of this combination play when Quinn and Cam Lindley and Jack Blake and some of these guys get on the ball.
Indy 11 is blessed to have a very deep pool of midfielders. I think moving Aiden Quinn to a left back is just a way for Sean McCauley to get as many of his best players as possible on the field at the same time.
Yeah, and he does a heck of a job out there keeping possession for Indy, but then also serving really dangerous balls into the box.
It's going to be a foul on Blake. And Blake getting a bit of a nudge away from Jamie Weber. Batista was the player that was fouled.
Yeah, Diallo wasn't too happy with that tackle by Jack Blake on his teammate.
Great touch here by Tulsa. Left foot deflection. But that will be a corner. That deflection steered it wide. Solt was sprawling but could not get there. Didn't need to. But a third corner coming for FC Tulsa. The match is opening 20 minutes.
It happened really quick here, but what a turn. As a defender in Musa's position, you want to get some pressure on him, but not enough where you can get spun and turned so quickly like that.
Playing short, will the visitors. Coley. Bending ball that misses everybody.
Yeah, that's not the angle you want to try to cross a ball from. You're better off crossing straight off the corner kick or the second player. By the time the third player gets the ball, that's not really a crossing opportunity. That's more of a shot on frame, hoping it takes a deflection or something and wreaks some havoc there for the goalkeeper.
Indy elects to build from the back. Blake with the read. And again, you talked about that freedom of Quinn. There he is. Well advanced on the left side. One of the league's members of the 50-50 club in terms of career goals scored and career assists as well. These stats will not count towards those numbers if he has that tonight. Quinn with 6 assists on the season, leading the Indy 11 in championship play. Here's Collier. Quinn just
so close.
Had Blake near side, Rendon far side, and Yorenda able to track it down.
Yeah, it was a good ball by Quinn. I think he probably got under it a little bit more than he wanted to. The higher the trajectory of the ball, the more time the goalie has to adjust to it and come out and grab it, which is exactly what happened. But once again, good sequence. Ball out wide to Collier. Collier back to Quinn. Quinn with the cross.
Tonight's match brought to us by the Keystone Group, specializing in transformation developments, construction, management, and investments. Salt waving off Josh O'Brien.
Tell you what, it's good to have Benefemu back in the lineup for Indy. He was kind of their stalwart back there, to be honest. The first chunk of the year, picks up an injury, misses a couple games, but yeah, great to see him back.
Femu does have 1 goal this year. 12 games played, 10 starts in terms of championship action for Ben. He was injured just before the Birmingham Legion match. His injury happened on a Wednesday night match on ESPN2, a loss to the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Again, it's a team that Indy could see twice.
Yeah, with revenge on their mind, right?
Yeah, and a team that historically Indy has struggled against. In fact, they have won 1 match ever at Al Lang Stadium, and you were in that match.
I remember that one. That was a fun one.
August 2016 in the North American Soccer League, a 3-2 win for the Indy 11. Quinn could not complete the ball to Williams.
In my head, that was 3-1. I think you always just remember it, better than it really was.
You got 3 points. If I remember right, that might have been a Joe Cole brace, if I remember right, that night for the Rowdies.
Sounds familiar. Although I will always trust your memory of even my own career more than my own.
Yeah, 4 goals for Brad and 115 matches for the Indy 11. Duke Lacroix still playing in the league. At the time was in his 2nd year with the Indy 11 and had one of the runs of the season to get a goal for the Indy 11 in that match.
Did Nicky Patterson score in that one?
He had the game winner in that match.
That's right.
We're going way back now. And that'll be a foul against Collier.
Yeah, I didn't see a ton wrong with that, although I can understand the ref's point of view and kind of what he saw. Elliott's challenging that one, cleats kind of up there, so can totally understand the call. I think from Collier's perspective, he had kind of tucked the cleats back and didn't expose them, but
the same with Am. What a freaking utility.
Arthur Rogers, the player that was fouled on that play. He and Bruno Rendon teammates last year, playing for another one of your teammates, Eamon Zayed, the Northern Colorado Hailstorm.
When you get old enough, all of your former teammates are doing things in the league, and assistants and coaches, and it's fun to see.
Not enough in it. Of course, another one of former teammates, Nemanja Vukovic, for many years was on the staff of FC Tulsa. You play with a lot of guys turning to coaches, which again was not a surprise given that group.
Yeah, veteran group. With Tim Hankinson and even Martin Rennie then when he came in, and a lot of good players that have gone on to do great things around the game and outside of the game.
Calling her the target. Batista got in the way. Well, the better chances belong to the visitors so far, but Wouldn't go as far as saying it's been one-sided at this juncture. Great play by Rendon, just blasted off of Segrist, throwing in front of the Indy 11 bench.
I'd probably say so far Indy's had a better job of creating opportunities via combination play, whereas FC Tulsa's have come a little bit more off, corner kicks and crosses into the boxes. Nonetheless, 0-0, and yeah, like you said, very close game here, the first half of the first half.
Afemu getting a little bit further forward. Rendon tries to find a window, and all was clear but not done yet. Afemu again. Now Quinn. Blake the flick. Keeper was watching, but it was just steered wide, and I think those are the combinations you were just speaking about.
Yeah, great little sequence here. Afemu plays the ball to Rendon. Rendon tries to cut it back on his right, kind of gets caught from under him, goes back to Afemu, over to Quinn. Quinn with a great little volley to Blake. Blake tries to redirect that one and really wasn't all that far off.
Blake, the leading goal scorer in championship play with 5, has 4 assists as well. It has been a little bit of everybody. In fact, the Indy 11 now have 11 different goal scorers this year, just in championship matches alone. Which is, I think, what we thought this group was going to be.
A lot of guys that can find the back of the net and that can chip in a lot of different ways.
And almost the guys up top, again, because it's such a midfield dominated team, the forwards are almost kind of like a pitching rotation. So for example, Collier gets his turn tonight.
Yeah. They've had a couple of moments, right, with Amo, where it's, hey, who's hot? And get them in the lineup, keep them in, and see a wasted opportunity there from FC Tulsa.
Well, again, you can kind of tell, Brad, this is a group for Tulsa. Maybe it hasn't played that much together.
Yeah.
They've rotated a little bit tonight. They're not by any means giving up on the match, but
no, and you know what? You know how it is with these types of rotations. Sometimes these guys come in and they are hungry as heck to earn these minutes and earn the start and try to keep that position, make it a hard decision for Luke Spencer heading into the next, either Jägermeister Cup game or USL Championship game. So these guys come out hungry, wanting to keep their spot.
Got to think with Loudon coming up on Friday night. Of course, this match is brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Flag goes up on Collier. No Elvis Ambo tonight in the 18. Talked about guys getting hot. Elvis had quite the streak going. Scored in 5 consecutive matches, including each of the first 2 Jägermeister Cup matches. Has kind of tapered off since that time. No Elvis tonight. Edward Chisholm available off the bench. Malik Foster also back off the injury report and available up top as well. Good read by Afemu.
Great step.
He has certainly regained his form. Blake. Rendon blasted across. Quinn got ahead to it.
It's a great find by Jack Blake. He received the ball. He had Aiden Quinn running down the left side. I think he wanted it initially hit it out there, but just couldn't quite get it out. Redirects, changes mind, finds his Rendon. Rendon clearly should have been a little bit better with that cross, but it was bouncing a little bit on him. Those are harder ones to control and kind of get where you want it.
And Indy knows they are on to the next round with either a shootout win or a regulation win. They could get some help where they need to do, frankly, nothing at all and win the group tonight. They're a point clear of Birmingham and have the tiebreaker. Birmingham and Forward Madison do not get started until 8 o'clock Eastern time this evening. So we'll keep an eye on that as the night progresses.
See a long throw attempt coming from FC Tulsa. It's kind of acts as a corner kick here if he does opt to get it to that near 6, which he does.
But harmlessly headed wide of goal, and Hunter Salt will blast this one away. And warm enough, even with the gray skies earlier, that a hydration break was agreed upon before tonight's contest. So both teams will head to the bench for a moment of respite. They'll clearly take it. Gives us a chance to look at the series history. And again, we mentioned this earlier. Back in 2021, these teams saw each other On 4 occasions, they have played less frequently since that time. A year ago, it was a 0-0 draw between these two teams. Tulsa leads the series with 5 wins in total. Wins have been hard to come by for the Indy 11 against Tulsa in this building. It's also always a tough place to play because they're one of the teams that is still playing at a baseball stadium. In other words, it can be very cramped corners when you go play Tulsa down in Oklahoma. Look at the Brickyard Battalion. Like I said, kind of a late arriving crowd tonight because of the uncertainty about the weather forecast.
Yeah, and one thing about these hydration breaks, obviously it's a nice opportunity. You guys get some water, some Gatorade, some electrolytes. It also gives the coaches an opportunity to coach, right? To get some communication out to the team. It's actually not that easy to get communication out to a guy who's on the far side of the field as a coach. So you don't get too many opportunities. You go into the game plan. Sometimes you try to adjust that kind of mid-half. Here, you have that opportunity with the hydration break. So I don't expect any big changes coming out of it. But certainly some things communicated from the coaches to the players, and we'll see if any adjustments or tweaks are made here to close out the first half.
Restart to come from the boot of Hunter Salt. As head coach Sean McCauley in his second season looks on. Hunter on the clearance here. Only player for the Indy 11 has ever been loaned by the same team in back-to-back years to Indy. As Luke Spencer looks on. Had some jackets that went on for a few minutes because of the rain showers, and now that that's a thing in the past, everybody is ditching the jackets. I would assume temperatures are kind of in the mid to low 80s right now. Humidity thick. Then again, that's exactly what it's like in northeastern Oklahoma this time of year too. So Tulsa's playing in similar conditions. This is not Monterey Bay a month ago that had no prayer of acclimating. Indy won that one 3-0. I mentioned 3 consecutive wins in this building for the Indy 11. The shootout variety against Birmingham Legion, then a win against Monterey Bay, then a shutout win against Rhode Island before the loss on the road at North Carolina last Friday night. Indy at least 5 matches in August and perhaps a 6th with a win tonight. Collier and Ofemu late to the party. And we'll get a card for his efforts.
Yeah, it's a little unlucky from Ofemu there. He didn't mean any harm by it, just got there a touch too late.
Just the 2nd red card of the season for Ben.
Yellow card.
Thank you. 2nd yellow of the season. Only red belongs to Hayden White.
The yellow card caution has been issued to number 30, Ben Ofemu, in the 33rd minute.
Ben playing for the first time in 4.5 weeks. Last played on June 25th.
Yeah, fitness will certainly be something to look out for Ofemu.
Good work by O'Brien. And Lindley clears, and a reset coming here for the visitors.
We've seen Jack Blake, get some balls in some advanced areas, and a couple games back, we saw Cam Lindley doing a good job kind of filling in some of those offensive gaps as well. He hasn't had the opportunity necessarily yet here tonight, but certainly a player who can step up from that kind of deeper central midfield spot and make some things happen offensively for Indy 11.
Lindley. That was well officiated. There was a foul there for a few seconds. It was a matter of Cam would be dispossessed from the ball, and once he was, whistle blows. Rendon. Collier the closest to him. And he gets fouled by Batista. And the matchup of Collier and Batista as Lamar is shown yellow. That may be, and then a push by Batista. Is that another yellow?
I don't think so. But
as of now, no.
Not a smart thing to do when you just picked up a yellow, that's for sure.
And Lamar again has been around the league at this point in time. And if there is a guy that is going to have a bit of an edge to his game, it's going to be him.
He's not afraid to stir the pot, but a heck of a move by Collier. He sees him coming. He just takes a big, quick touch out in front. Batista takes him out. Definitely a yellow card, but a very dangerous opportunity here, especially when you got a guy like Aiden Quinn standing over the ball. I do love Cam Lindley coming in to defend a teammate's back there. And
he also may have reverted to his basketball days in terms of trying to take a charge.
Yeah.
Accentuating the contact. Quick restart, looking back post. Good read.
Indy is not happy with a lack of call there. It was hard to see the body contact with the scrum and inside the 18 there, but those are really difficult moments for referees to keep an eye on. You have so much commotion, so many bodies. There's tussling and tugging and so forth on every single play, and it's really, really difficult to see every little nuance that might occur.
Peñaranda is the player that is down, the goalkeeper. He has seen the vast majority of keeper minutes. Michael Creek is his backup, that in league play has played twice so far this season.
You see the ball set down by Quinn and the quick serve by Murphy. Little push in the back, probably not enough for a PK, but can certainly understand why Indy's asking for something there.
Frankly, Peñaranda has not had to do all of that much so far in this match.
Yeah, I didn't see much on that play. It didn't look like he got contacted, which sometimes those are the scariest injuries, to be quite honest with you, Rake. And it looks like it might be thigh, not knee, which is good. If
he isn't able to continue, with the second time in a month that Indy has seen a second goalkeeper to match. Monterey Bay went through a keeper injury here 3 weeks ago. Fans, you can experience comfort in downtown Indianapolis when you go to Hyatt Place at Hyatt House in downtown Indy. Good look at Benefemu. Ben in his first full year. He was here for most of last year. Was acquired in early April. A trade with Miami FC. Peñaranda will continue on.
Williams making sure goalkeeper's testing out his quad there on that first kick, staying close.
Collier, quick transition. Murphy, Rendon. Rendon has plenty of speed. Hits it across. Williams one time, gets it through. Romario Williams gets the goal for the Indy 11. Let's see if it's rainproof. Time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis. Indy a goal to the good in minute number 38. And Brad, that may have been one of the best times all year where Indy was really able to play to Rendon's strength, his speed down the right side.
Look, he makes stuff happen. And he got the ball in space. He's attacking the defender. You see that he's just backpedaling. He said, all right, fine, I'll get my head up, find a teammate. Finds Williams. Williams a great first touch. And then a cheeky little toe ball getting it through. Sometimes that is really hard to react to as a goalkeeper because you're not necessarily expecting that kind of finish.
And now if you're Indy, it's about holding a lead. You do that, you are on the quarterfinals and you win the group. Does not matter what happens if Indy wins this one outright in that Birmingham Forward Madison match.
Yeah, you're spot on, and even more acutely, I think, is closing out this first half. They have had a number of games this year where they've let in very untimely goals. And by untimely, I mean last couple minutes of the first half, first couple minutes of the second half, last couple minutes of the game, kind of those bookend moments. This is going to be very crucial in the next 7 to 8 to 9 minutes for them to close out this first half strong.
For Romario, it is his first goal in Jägermeister Cup competition. Mario comes in with 4 goals in league play in just 7 league matches. Advantage being played for the Indy 11. Lindley again wants to find Rendon. Batista. Rendon, great job to play it off of Batista. Rendon was trying to get contact for a foul, didn't get there. Batista helping hand up. It will be a corner, though, for the Indy 11 coming here in minute number 40.
Great transitional moment from Indy 11, though. That was great, earning a corner kick out of it.
Indy 11 soccer is brought to us by Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Murphy taking his time to set this one up. By the way, these two teams will see each other again on September the 27th. Murphy delivers, and Llorenda able to get there. No damage done. But a spark from the Indy 11. Give the assist to Rendon. For Rendon, that is his first of the season. He scored a goal in league play in week number 2 against Lexington. Hasn't scored since. Segrist. Curious to see exactly how much gas Collier has in the tank. Normally has to play in 15 to 20 minute bursts. O'Brien a stumble, but no damage done. El Medcar couldn't keep it at his feet. Final moments of half number 1 brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. This is your local Ford dealer day for great deals on a favorite Ford vehicle. Williams trying to touch it back to Blake.
Yeah, I think Williams got to be a little bit more selfish there, looking for Blake in the middle, but that was kind of congested. It was a great ball by Quinn over to Williams.
Both teams will reset here. Only 2 teams had the full 9 points in their group coming in. In other words, had won all 3 matches so far in Jägermeister Cup action. Indy has yet to trail in a Jägermeister Cup match. The back heel, Lindley just couldn't get the steps right.
Almost had it. He went for the Meg. If that Meg gets through, which it almost does, he's got it on his strong right foot on the top of the 18. Counter attack here, though, by Tulsa.
Just behind the man, but Quinn retreats. Was able to knock it away, Lindy get a little bit better set defensively. I want to thank Ian Gilmore for hosting Soccer Saturday on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan these last couple of weeks. Done a great job in doing so. Bending ball in that it will be a corner.
Jeez, dangerous opportunities. Very good ball and a good run in by Goldthorpe.
Yeah, Goldthorpe was the target of Famu, the defender.
See the look here. Ball's coming in from pretty wide. Famu does a good job getting a foot on it, but just wide of the post.
Yeah, that was nearly own goal territory.
Almost. Yeah, almost. In the end, dealt well by Ufemu. Got his body in front of the attacker, so he couldn't get a clean look.
Service in. 4th corner of the match so far for Tulsa. Hunter Salt will track it down, and he'll try to kill a few extra seconds here. While he does that, I can fully thank Ian Gilmore properly. I took something very rare the last week or so. It's called a vacation. In fact, I just got back this morning at 10:30 and had a couple of transatlantic flights involved. So I'm not surprised that I said red card, and Brad goes, hey, yellow card, by the way, because I'm not sure what time zone I'm in. So, Ian, thank you very much for hosting Soccer Saturday. Did a great job with these last couple of weeks. Blake couldn't slide it through.
Great job. Great hold-up play by Williams. There was a fantastic touch to Jack Blake, who I thought he was going to pull the trigger on a shot there, but ended up trying to find Collier.
Game has suddenly opened up. Musa, the defender, ball across. O'Brien. Somebody's a last line. Rogers trying to get a window and couldn't get it past Murphy.
Great step by Murphy. You mentioned in the game opening up. To be honest, I don't typically love that for Indy 11. I think when the game opens up, they get a little spread, and it just hasn't boded well for them so far this year. I like them better staying together, staying compact, being hard to break down, catching the opposing team on counterattacks, being quick, being dangerous, good service, good runs. When things open up, it just gets a little loose for my liking for Indy 11.
Allow me to translate that. Indy 11 are a veteran team. I think they're better off grinding results out. Brad gave you a wonderful flowing explanation. I gave you the more pragmatic explanation of it.
Cliff Notes version. I like it.
Both versions are correct, by the way. Either one of them are good. You'll have at least a couple of minutes of additional time because of our hydration break. Last touch by the Indy 11. We'll let Jerace Williams, our fourth official, for official word in terms of exactly how much more time we'll have available. 4 minutes. 4 minutes is what we'll have left before we get to our halftime festivities.
I think that's fair. A couple yellow cards. We had the injury to the goalkeeper. We had the hydration break. See if anyone can create any meaningful goal-scoring opportunities here in the next 4 minutes.
And you're looking for just a third win against FC Tulsa. If this score holds, they are the Group 3 winner, pulling 11 points out of a possible 12. The 4 group stage games are all kind of accounted for in your schedule. 30 league games, 4 Jägermeister Cup games for everybody. Once you get to the quarterfinals, those are additional games you get to play. And again, the quarterfinals will be on the road for the Indy 11 in the next round. On August the 20th. Semifinals will be on September the 11th.
One thing to keep an eye on here, let's wait for that tactically from Indy 11 defensively, is Goldthorpe from FC Tulsa is getting up on Benefemu. Then he's coming and checking back into the midfield. Leaves Benefemu trying to figure out, hey, do I stay here defensively in a back 3, or do I go with him into the midfield? He's been going with him into the midfield. And at times that can be great if you can get a lot of pressure and pick up a win and counterattack. But the danger there is the ball then over the top, which is leaving O'Brien, in a one-on-one situation. So it hasn't been too dangerous yet, but something to look out for in Tulsa's movement offensively.
O'Brien will play a neutral ball for the foe, and Indy 11 soccer is brought to us by Dormakaba. Dormakaba for every place that matters. We'll hear from head coach Sean McCauley coming up in a couple of minutes to start our halftime festivities. Segrist knows this venue well. He will take up at least a couple of lanes of the track to get some extra pace on that throw in. Good flick here, the left foot just up and over the bar, but you mentioned combinations for the Indy 11. That was a pretty good combination by FC Tulsa.
Yeah, when that long throw is coming in and you're the first guy, it's hard to get too much direction on a flick, but you're trying to flick it back to the center of the goal and kind of put it in that, a lot of coaches will call it a mixer, right? Put it right on top of the 6, make it a difficult decision for the goalkeeper, for Salt to say, hey, do I come out? Do I stay? Do I shift? What do I do? Yeah, decent opportunity there off that flick and the long throw.
And Indy has been successful. They have won a lot of 1-0 games. That includes this competition as well. When they won in Knoxville on May 24th, it was a half-court heave by Elvis Amo that delivered all 3 points on the road to Indy. The last one in this building was of the 1-0 riding against Rhode Island 2 weeks ago. And again, there are some reinforcements available off the bench for Tulsa for half number 2. Williams, Blake, Collier just couldn't control it.
That exact situation that I just mentioned a couple minutes ago happened, where Benefemu steps in, and what happens? He wins the ball, goes to Williams to Blake almost to Collier. So the good side of that is winning the ball in the middle and being able to transition really quickly and try to punish Tulsa, which is what we saw there.
Dying embers of half number 1. Maybe one more full opportunity here for the visitors. Again, Tulsa, for this competition, has to play for all 3 points. Frankly, even a shootout win would do them little good. Femu, and that's it. Well, the goal by the Indy 11 for Romario Williams, the assist to Bruno Rendon. Right now, that is enough to put Indy 11 as the group winner onto the quarterfinals, but they'll have 45 minutes of soccer left to go. So as the teams begin to head toward the locker room, let's now catch up with the head coach of the Indy 11 in Sean McCauley. Sean, your thoughts in the opening 45 minutes?
I'm pleased to go in 1-0 up, you know, but they've had too many chances and too many looks at set plays and things at our goal that I'm not comfortable with, you know, and we've had too many opportunities where the final pass, where we look at, you know, the quality players that we've got should play a better final pass than what we've played.
Anything tactically you look to change in half number 2?
No, I think it's about competing today because they've got the same system as us. So when somebody's lining up the same system as you and it's a 1-for-1 battle all over the field and you've got the same shape, a lot of people say that you can cancel each other out. I disagree. Because if you work hard on them, then you'll win the game. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to continue to work hard. Because when we've put a little bit of extra effort into things and we've drove the game forward, we've created chances. And we've just got to make sure that we don't give up anything silly at the back.
Sean, thanks, my friend. We'll talk to you post-match.
Thank you.
Head coach Sean McCauley of the Indy 11 halftime show comes your way in a matter of moments from Mario Williams. His 5th goal in all competitions. Right now has the Indy 11 in place to move forward to the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals. At halftime in Indianapolis, it's Indy 11-1, FC Tulsa 0. You're watching on WRTV, Channel 6, and ESPN+.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but sometimes I get a little stressed because I'm not for sure what's going to happen down the road. I was at the cancer unit, and when I come out from seeing the doctor, I said something about needing some help with all the paperwork. They gave me a name and a phone number. Her name was Molly. She works over at Community. She tells me, stop worrying, let me take care of it. She is my angel.
Stand by me. Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine, exceptional care simply delivered, and by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Well, one of the inaugural kind of mantras of the Indy 11 was World's Game, Indiana's team. Well, let's just apply to the Indy 11, but there are literally players from all across the globe that play in the USL Championship. For example, Romario Williams missed a good chunk of June because he was playing for Jamaica's national team. Here's a look at Romario and others like him representing this league on a world stage.
The 2025 soccer summer has provided big moments on big stages, and the USL has played a major role. June's CONCACAF Gold Cup included a dozen current players from USL clubs, 9 from the championship, 3 from League One. 7 of those players logged a total of more than 1,000 minutes. Las Vegas Lights' Edison Azcona scored a goal for the Dominican Republic, and the player that grabbed the spotlight was Guatemala's Rubio Rubin. The Charleston Battery forward scored and assisted a goal in a must-win match against Guadalupe, but Rubin was not finished. A perfect header in Guatemala's quarterfinal match against favored Canada set up a penalty kick shootout upset. League One's presence was also felt in the Gold Cup. Portland Hearts of Pine's Natty James played more than 120 minutes for Trinidad and Tobago, and it's these kinds of numbers that helped Rubio Rubin decide to return to USL.
Over the years, this league has only gotten more competitive. That creates an environment where, national teams, especially in CONCACAF, call players, playing in this league.
In September, Rubin and Guatemala begin their final push to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. 9 more of those USL Gold Cup players are hoping for that phone call, itching to play as many minutes as possible.
That's something that is spoken about in the national team, always with the head coaches. If you're scoring goals and you're assisting, helping your team, it's going to help you with the national team.
Victory takes all to me means that it takes everyone.
Everyone really matters.
Victory takes all means it takes everyone who reps the Indy 11 badge.
When the 90 minutes is done, when we win, everybody wins.
Represent the club and the city with passion.
It's a community, a village that it takes to reach victory.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
3 up top and not 2. Make it 2-1 Hartford.
Hands home at the back post. The Kings of Chaos strike again.
This week on USL All Access, El Clamico delivers. We relive the sights, the sounds, and the backdrop of the great arena that was Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket for our inaugural CBS game on site. But now we turn the page. The rest of the week is all about Jaeger Cup. 24 different teams alive in this interleague competition. We'll break it down for you.
A good night for the home team in terms of the Indy 11 up a goal to nil. And again, if they can maintain this lead, they are on to the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals in their first attempt in the competition. Greg Rakestraw, Bradley with you. Halftime continues on WRTV6 and ESPN+. Or look at our USL Championship news and notes. And again, the Jägermeister Cup draw took place last Friday. Indy knows that the winner of Group 3 will play at the winner of Group number 6. That's the group that currently is being led by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Congratulations to the teams from USL League One that still have a chance to make their way to the knockout round. The Charlotte Independents, Forward Madison, and Greenville Triumph. Forward would have to be through a wild card, and again, kind of a long shot like it is for FC Tulsa. And if there is a team that has quickly developed their pipeline to Europe for young professionals, it is certainly Orange County. Kyle Scott now will play for Crawley Town in EFL's League Two. Here's our look around the scores tonight. And again, there was a Jägermeister Cup match on Wednesday. There was one last night. Portland and Pittsburgh played to a 2-2 draw, but Portland got the win on penalties. Hartford playing Rhode Island. Yes, El Clamico for a second consecutive week. They are playing a man down, but they're playing a goal to the good in Pawtucket. NCFC and Loudoun, a draw through 25 minutes. Charleston and Tampa Bay also a 0-0 draw through 25 minutes. And again, that match is important for Tampa Bay because they are currently leading the group. So Indy 11 fans, that's kind of the group you need to kind of watch the scores to see how it's doing. If this score holds, if Indy knows, they are going to be the Group 3 winner. But again, in total, 19 games this week to round out the competition. We'll take this quick timeout as we get you closer to second half action in Indianapolis. Indy 11-1 and FC Tulsa 0 in this fourth and final Jägermeister Cup group stage game. You're watching on WRTV6 and ESPN+.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me. This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting new tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. About seconds away from the start of half number 2. FC Tulsa will have a substitution to make coming up as we get you closer to the start of half number 2. Let's take a look back at half number 1. And the highlight is the lone goal service from Bruno Rendon, the put away by Romario Williams.
Yeah, Murphy finds Rendon with space, and he is so good and dangerous off the dribble. Attacks, gets his head up, finds Williams, who toe pokes it in for the 1-0 lead.
So Rendon the assist. Williams his first Jägermeister Cup goal, and that's how we have gotten to this point. Let's show you the stats now from half number 1. Obviously, the goal is what matters most, but the numbers inside of the game, how do these two teams match up? Well, frankly, very evenly, other than one decisive touch by Romario Williams.
Yeah, really even up and down the board. As we mentioned, Tulsa's had a couple dangerous opportunities off some set pieces and corners. You see 4 corners there to Indy 11's 1, something that Sean McCauley touched on in the halftime interview as well, trying to limit the amount of times that FC Tulsa can get the ball into the box.
We knew we would see Taylor Calhera at some point in time. That some point in time is to start half number 2. Elliot Goldthorpe is done for the night, and Tulsa's leading scorer now is on the pitch as we are underway for half number 2. And that frankly changes the mathematics for the Indy 11. How now do they have to defend this team differently, Brad?
I mean, look, he's got 8 goals for a reason. Taylor is a dynamic player. He can put the ball away when he gets it in front of the net. So it's an extra focus that really needs to be on him. Like, you're always focused on the opposing attacking players, right? But when a guy is leading the team and scoring like that, an extra level of focus has to be there. Communication is crucial, right? He's good at getting off shoulders and kind of finding those blind spots. So Musa and O'Brien and Femu, making sure that they're communicating and organizing is going to be important.
Taylor's 23 years of age. Last year was with New York City FC 2. You know what MD Myers has done after making that move from that team to our league, and Taylor's on a similar track, the native of Townsend, Maryland. So the graphics department was on top of it, part of the team of the week in round 3. Restarts have been quick by the Indy 11, so clearly, Brad, that is something they noticed in film study for this match.
Yeah, and they're doing it kind of two-man system with Murphy and Quinn, and a lot of times that cue for the runners to start making the runs in the box is when the other player, the non-serving player, puts the ball down.
Blake, phenomenal work to win the ball in the midfield, and Rendon just couldn't step on it. By the way, our substitutions throughout the course of this match are brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. Opening minutes of this second half are brought to us by Dormicava. Dormicava for every place that matters. Last touched by the Indy 11. These teams again will play each other in this building on September the 27th. That is a match that will have likely playoff implications, even though they're in different conferences. Tulsa again now part of the West. This one's about who gets to advance on the Jägermeister Cup. If this score holds, Indy is the group winner. Transition here. Collier leaves it for Quinn. Quinn, the cutback. Blake, left foot off the bar. Still in play. With nobody there for the Indy 11. The window just never fully open for Indy.
Collier had a half chance. You see the replay. Quinn, what a good cutback. Ball kind of squibs out to I don't even know how Jack Blake gets a shot off there. Kind of a left toe ball chip opportunity. But you know what the message was at halftime to them, because we heard it from Coach McCauley before half. And that was, he was not content being up 1-0, right? He wanted them to continue to push the envelope, be a little bit more clinical with their opportunities in the attacking third. So obviously a good sign to get a decent chance at goal that hits the post 2-3 minutes into the second half.
Femu wins it but doesn't clear it. Good job to track back by Murphy. It will be a throw-in coming, though, for the visitors.
Calhera, is taking a second here. It is never fun or easy to go into a 50-50 challenge, let alone an aerial challenge with Benefemu.
Tonight's match is brought to us by Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Plenty of power behind Benefemu every time he has that challenge. See some of our fans sitting sweet side tonight, right behind the team benches. One of the best views in this league. Well, there is a bad seat in this house and a good crowd tonight. Femu hasn't missed a beat. Looks like he's been playing for the last 4 weeks. Both Patrick Hogan and Finn McRobb available defensively off the bench if needed for the Indy 11 tonight. And Hogan is the only player loosening up. So can you wonder if there is perhaps a minutes restriction on Femu tonight, being this the first time he has played since June 25th.
Would not be surprised.
Rogers slides it. Calhera looking back post, never made it through, and that is Lindley that lifts that ball backwards some 45 yards. Here's Harvey St. Clair. Flag is up. And Harvey, another unique story. You know, we'll mention maybe an MLS team, other USL Championship teams, next pro team, sometimes college. Well, Harvey last played for Venezia. That's in Italy. That's had several American players that have played there as well. That gets your attention. Harvey is 26 years of age, and he is one of many players on this FC Tulsa roster that are from England. He is from London.
Yeah, part of Chelsea's academy system, which
also gets your attention.
Yeah, I don't see that very much. Heck of a talented player.
Murphy, again, just enough to get in Weber's way. Weber runs out of real estate. Throw in coming for the Indy 11. Quinn taking some time to surmise the situation. Shaves a few seconds there. Lindley, plenty of options to his right.
I think that's a good one. Rendon in space.
Rendon, ball gets through, ball gets in. I think it's an own goal. It'll count just the same. And they will raise the smoke equally as well for the Indy 11. Make it 2 for Indy. And that Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal berth is inching closer for the boys in blue.
Yep. Great switch of attack from Ken Lindley over to Rendon. And Rendon, I don't think he's not going to get credit for, I don't think. We'll see a replay on the assist or own goal, but he just makes things happen when he gets the ball out wide in space. You see a quick touch, prep touch, ball in. Yep, own goal. But once again, you put it in the dangerous places and good things happen.
No other touches from the Indy 11.
Yeah, tough. It looks like that was Diallo, a really good player, really good left foot. Actually, I think it was on his favorite foot there, but good break for Indy 11. But once again, that's why you put the ball into the mixer. That's why you put it in the dangerous spots.
Indy now with a goal or 2 to work with. You can win the group. They are on to the quarterfinals, is Indy. I always say the most dangerous lead in soccer is out of the 2-goal variety. Indy's home form, not great. March, April, May. It's been outstanding in June and July. They'll try to carry that into August as well. They will play 3 times at home in August. Next weekend against the Rowdies of Tampa Bay, then on the road for 2 weeks against Detroit City and Loudoun. Those are both games, by the way, you can see on WRTV Channel 6. Transitional moment there for Indy Collier. Perfect ball. Rendon on pace. Williams and Quinn. Rendon. Williams. 1 touch. 2 touch. Can he get a shot away? By the time he does, the window is shut. Williams is down behind the play. He's trying to get out of the mix. Ball headed by Blake. Just wide. Indy's got a 2-goal lead. It could be 3 or 4.
What a sequence. What a sequence by Indy 11. It starts with a good step by O'Brien. Kicks the ball over to Jack Blake. Finds Collier with the through ball. Rendon gets it. I don't know. Maybe he can have a go at goal here, but you can't blame him for trying to find Williams in the center of the park. And then Jack Blake almost getting on the end of that one again. That's a second header inside the box. He's doing a good job making those runs and getting into dangerous places. A guy of his quality, he gets one more like that, I'm going to venture to guess he's going to tuck it away.
The difference in a 2-goal lead and a 3-goal lead is significant. Elmetcar. O'Brien gets in the way, and Hunter Salt can call a fair catch on that one. By the way, this portion of this match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Weber on the cutback. Calhera, left foot. An absolute rocket that Salt is able to parry away. And Rendon, not in a danger just yet, but he recovers quickly. And a Femu.
Nervy moment there from Indy 11. You see this play coming up. Here's a great pass out wide. Good shot. Salt parries it out to his right.
And frankly, when you are as sizable as Hunter is, you think it makes it easier to play the position. We'll finish that thought in a moment. Shot does not get through. Rogers, not his best of touches there. St. Clair. Well, seemingly, Tulsa has picked up the pace down 2. Weber has a hit that may have taken a touch. No, it did not. Goal kick. So let's talk about Hunter.
Yeah.
Again, Hunter, yes, you have the gift of being 6'7". You're going to cover more ground than other keepers that are shorter size. But when he's been at his best tonight, Brad, let's talk about how he has moved his feet to be in the right position.
Yeah. I think of a guy like John Bush, for instance.
Who was not 6'7".
Not 6'7".
Standing on several phone books now.
Yeah, he was not 6'7", but his feet and his technique was so good, it allowed himself to have an unbelievable goalkeeping career. Now, Connor Solt, different build, right? But sometimes for bigger goalies, it's harder for them to make those lower saves, to shift right to left. But he's having a great season. He's having a great game here so far tonight. From opposing teams, I think a lot of times you want to keep those shots low, right? You're doing him a little bit of a favor keeping the shots high. So if you're Tulsa, hey, how can we tuck it into the lower corners instead of maybe the higher corners?
Alex DeLue is looking like he's going to be the next substitute coming on for FC Tulsa. And we thought we would see them bring in some more usual starters at half number 2. They knew their chances were more of the long shot variety to play on in this competition. Coming in with 4 points through 3 matches. Indy backing up a disappointing result against North Carolina with a pretty solid performance through 57 minutes. Blake goes to ground. Blake draws the foul. Lucas Stoffert will be coming on as well when given the opportunity for FC Tulsa.
Jack Blake does a great job here. It's a simple thing, but he earns a dead ball, gives his team a minute to rest. He sees the defender coming, and he just gets his body between the defender and the ball, takes the contact, goes down, earns a free kick.
Indy 11 Soccer is brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies, while driving results to your bottom line, increasing productivity and reducing labor costs. Quinn. Musa takes a tumble. Ball finds Rendon. Left foot Rendon, and that one's heading for the natatorium. So Stoffer to the 4th official. DeLue to the 4th official as well. Stoffer is the veteran of the group. He was acquired from Lexington during the season. Lucas heading to Lexington was a chance for him to kind of go home. He is from Owensboro, Kentucky. Malik Foster, I think, will be the first Indy 11 substitution of the match. I would imagine he will come in for Elliot Collier. We'll find out momentarily. Good combination work by FC Tulsa. Lindley gets a heel in the way. Foster heading back to warm up. He does have the jersey ready when called upon.
Cam Lindley, per usual, doing a ton of dirty work in the middle, covering ground, getting touch tight, forcing balls square or back. He's having a really good game in there. We haven't said his name all that much, but he's played well in the middle of the park.
Collier digs in. Musa squares it 25, 30 yards back. St. Clair had just veered inside to avoid drifting offside. Ball goes forward. He can't stop it. It is time for more substitutions. So Stoffer will come on. Patrick Segrist, the former Indy 11 man, will exit. DeLue will come in. Lamar Batista will exit. And what that is doing is changing the numbers. Now an extra attacker goes in for FC Tulsa. They have made now 3 of their 5 substitutions. They do have 2 more windows left that they can use, since they had a sub at halftime in our substitutions. Brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies.
After Indy's second goal, I think Tulsa's had a good little stretch here, creating some things. Indy got pretty darn lucky on that last play. Had a flank player wide open that would have been a really dangerous opportunity going to goal. So we'll see how these subs impact the game. As you said, looks like Foster might be coming in shortly, which is obviously a great weapon to have off the bench for Coach McCauley.
fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today. Quinn. That ball ends up going right to Elliot Collier, and he'd like to have that one back. And there was no foul there, but that was two FC Tulsa players colliding with each other. So immediately the trainer for FC Tulsa is waved on. And Romario Williams making sure the player is okay as well.
Yeah, dangerous ball in. Oh, ball right off his head. Didn't have a chance to react or protect himself at all.
And unfortunately for Elliott, that shot will be his last touch of the game, because as expected, we figured he might have 50 to 60 minutes in him, because he just plays more of a 15 to 20 minute role at this point.
Yeah, look, I thought he was a good 60 minutes. I think he made some things happen. He didn't find the back of the net, but that's all right. You're not always going to be able to do that. But a sharp 60, that's good for his fitness. That's good for his confidence. That's good for a lot of things. And now you bring Foster in off the bench, who is an absolute handful, ton of pace for FC Tulsa's back line. I think they're just making sure it was a throw in and not a goal kick.
Yes, the shot was sliced that much. That is a throw.
The shot for the throw in, that's not something you want on your name, but we've all been there.
I think they're going to say the whistle basically happened before.
Okay. Yeah, more of a drop ball situation.
Yep. Whistle was blown before the ball officially crossed the touch line. So Foster in, and he'll play more of a midfield role. Indy will put an extra player behind the ball, but obviously Foster has the speed and the ability to go forward whenever he chooses. Flag goes up. Musa played that one perfectly.
Yeah, great job by the back line to stay together. Defensively for Indy 11, when they fall back into that lower block, so like kind of on top of their own defensive 18-yard line, it becomes a little bit more of a back five, right? And the gaps get tighter, it becomes harder to play through, and that's going to be a way that they can see success seeing this game out. They also don't mind taking 30 to 40 seconds to get every dead ball in play. I think Aiden Quinn, if there was a shot clock violation on throw-ins, he would have had 2 violations on the last 2 throw-ins.
Off the boot of Stauffer.
See what he does here.
We often refer to this as the sands of the hourglass, and Aiden is doing a good job of draining them.
I think that was only 7 seconds, so.
O'Brien did not clear that the way he wanted to. Here's the opportunity. El Medcar weaving his way through, but did not get much of anything on that shot. And he is starting to come up a little bit lame. Now, transitional moment. Perfectly weighted pass. Williams! Should have made it 3 for the Indy 11. And again, you keep missing those opportunities and keeping a team in the match. It can come back to bite you.
Yep. What a pass by Foster. First of all, what a touch by Foster. You'll see the replay here. Ball goes in. He's just trying to get a leg to it. Fantastic touch. Through ball into Williams, who, he's trying his best. Obviously, you just got to hit frame. You're right. If the goalie makes a save, great. But you can't put it off frame and make it easy for him.
We have to stop play because, again, El Medcar has been down behind the play for some time. So the next move may not be one of tactical nature, but one of injury nature for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, I didn't see much of what happened there, but
when he took that shot, you notice he didn't have much on it. As soon as that ball left his foot, he just kind of pulls up and
calf, ankle, maybe. Yeah, he's getting subbed out.
So we'll have a momentary pause for that. At this point, we can thank our friends, Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Other scores from around the competition. Rhode Island and Hartford now tied at a goal apiece. Charleston leading at Tampa Bay, or at home to Tampa Bay, 1-0. That's big for the group that this group winner would play. Birmingham and Forward Madison 0-0 early in the match. But again, if Indy holds this lead, then frankly Birmingham is playing for a wild card spot, but not for a group win. And the sub that'll be coming on will be Andrew Booth. Booth, who spent time with Miami FC last year, native of Kingston, Jamaica. Turned 28 last week. It'll be Booth that'll come on for Khalil El Medkar.
Medkar's a great player. It's going to be tough for Tulsa losing him out of the attack.
Medkar second on the team in goals and 3 on the season. Here, Gabe Saponi kind of in this momentary lull in this game. Hey, keep going.
Yeah, sometimes in these down moments, it's easy to kind of lose focus, lose the intensity. So sometimes having a captain or a coach kind of speak up, get the guys riled up, get them back ready and focused as the game continues here.
Opportunity for Booth again. These stats don't count towards the regular season stats, but in league play, Booth has played twice for 4 minutes. DeLuke. Booth. El Medkar still not back yet to his own bench. Taking the slow route again. Tulsa plays on Friday on the road against Loudoun United. So just 1 day short in terms of rest and preparation this week. Crossing ball here, bouncing ball that is steered wide. There you see the danger.
That's what they're looking for.
Of Tulsa's leading scorer.
Yeah, he's very dangerous. Very dangerous. He gets on the end of it. Doesn't get all of it. It was a really well whipped in ball. Sometimes those are hard to get perfect contact from.
Femu was doing his best, but
yeah, a little bit of a tug, little body contact. I don't think enough to give a PK, especially because he gets a decent shot off. But that's a dangerous opportunity for Tulsa. It's exactly what they're looking for.
Of course, this match is brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. And he's got a 2-goal lead, but there's been chances for 3 and 4 that they have not converted on. They have allowed Tulsa to at least have a flicker of hope in this match. Diallo. Well done by Murphy.
Cheeky mag by Murphy.
Stauffer, deemed to be in an onside position, plays it just behind a teammate, and Lindley wins the foot race to track back.
It's a great job by Quinn to drop back and get pressure. But Tulsa certainly dominated possession since that missed opportunity from Williams, even a little bit before that segment.
It was an own goal. Indy, the second tally of this match. Mario Williams had the first. And a giveaway by Booth. Williams being given the left side, so he'll take it. Williams left foot. Just kind of scuffed the shot a little bit.
Yeah, had it going towards the corner, but just didn't get all of it. Jack Blake was making a run. Foster was trying to catch up, but couldn't quite get with him in that break.
Stauffer. And Salt will call everybody off. And again, he'll hang on to it for a moment or two. The USL on ESPN2 winds down July with 2 conference matches between teams fighting to stay in the playoff race. July 29th, turning at 7 o'clock, as Pittsburgh takes on Miami. And the following night, it is Orange County and Phoenix rising at 10 o'clock. That is all this week on ESPN2.
See kind of what's happening here. And definitely throwing less guys forward. They're kind of attacking off the counter with Williams and Foster and Blake trying to join in, but Murphy and Cam Lindley are kind of holding in a little bit more, protecting that back line.
And the time management skills have been well played by the Indy 11 too. Salt will literally walk the ball all the way across the 18.
Surprised he didn't get a talking to from that one.
Foul against Blake. Stauffer. Rogers. Stauffer. Here's some Indy players asking for an offside. Didn't get it. Left foot. There it is. Tulsa's got one back. And Tulsa allowed to hang around. It's a one-goal game with 20-plus minutes left to go.
It's just too easy from the Indy 11 back line. They're shifting, they're communicating, but no one's really getting pressure on the ball. And once again, ball gets into dangerous spots, bad things happen. Let's see the replay here. He just dribble in, finds it over to the right. Good ball in. Tucks it away. But well done by FC Tulsa. That's exactly what they needed to get back into this game.
2 or 3 balls there that I think there might have been an inkling of offside. I think the last one was the one that had a little bit of legitimacy to it. But not called that way. We play on. Indy with an opportunity to counter back immediately. Lindley tries to find the window. Williams. Quinn has a hit, doesn't get through. Murphy digs in, and then Murphy going to be shown yellow. Just a yellow for Murphy. DeLue, the player that took the foul from Murphy. And cards in this competition do not carry over from regular season matches.
Really, really hard tackle from Murphy. He definitely got ball. I think maybe it was cleats up. We'll have a look here. He wins the first one. He kind of goes through it. I can understand why Tulsa's upset, but I can also understand from Indy's perspective of, hey, he got ball.
Logan Neidlinger has made his way to the bench. Edward Chiza as well. Yellow card just directed towards the Tulsa bench, towards one of the assistant coaches. But again, Tulsa's back in it. It's game on.
Yeah.
Now in the 74th minute.
It's exactly why you want to, not to live in the past here, right? But the Williams breakaway, that's why you got to put that goal away. That all intents purposes, that seals the game, right? It's 3-0. Who knows? They might make different subs at that point. They might not even bring some of these guys on. It's really hard to say. But now, 2-1. It's a game here with about 20 minutes left.
Looking back post. Quinn. Now Williams again has space. Has Foster flying down the flank. Foster a couple of touches. Foster!
It's great collect from Williams to find Foster. Heck of an effort from Foster. Look, when you look up and you see that much space to run onto, you don't always want to do it, but he does a great job. Second touch, gets you a little bit further away from him than he probably wanted him, which put him a little wider than he wanted to get. Tries for the pace on the shot and just doesn't quite get it on frame. It's good. Indy's continuing to knock, but we've certainly said it already on this broadcast, and we've said it before. When you fail to put teams away, they tend to creep back.
Musa. Opportunities have been there for the Indy 11. Have just not converted. Of course, this match is brought to us by the Denny Companies, tearing down the past so you can build the future. Rogers. Quinn will just lift that ball backwards a little bit. Chizza and Neidlinger have made their way to the fourth official. They're the next two Indy 11 subs. Diallo. Nifty run here and up and over the bar. So Chizza and Neidlinger will come on. And our substitutions brought to us by the Rallis Group. Murphy's night is done as Neidlinger will come on. Rallis Group staffing offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. Romario Williams is done as Chizza comes on. Both teams led to the hydration break as well. And we are now in minute number 77.
I think Williams, Rick. I think Williams had a pretty good game. Obviously, tucked one away.
Yep.
Did a good job with hold-up play, keeping possession for the team. You saw it there in the last one where he collects it. He's calm, he's composed. He's waiting for Foster to join the attack. Obviously, wish he had the breakaway back, I'm sure. But nonetheless, I think it was a really good game from Williams.
Do you make that substitution for Murphy based on that yellow? You worry about him playing on a yellow card?
It's part of it for sure. I think also FC Tulsa's had a good run here as of late in terms of creating chances and possessing the ball. So you maybe just want to get some fresh legs in.
Let's talk about Cam Lindley, the role that he has played in tonight's match, Brad.
I mean, look, it's nothing new. This is what he does. He's the workhorse in the middle. He's great defensively, great communicating, shifting right to left nonstop. You can see 99th appearance for Indy 11, 5th most in team history, and he's a heck of a player. And he hasn't necessarily shown it tonight, just hasn't gotten the opportunity. He also can bring something into the attack, and he's shown that this year.
The four in front of him, as you can see, my partner would be number 2. Ioze has played the most matches in club history. Then it is Brad Ring, then it is Carl Ouimet, then it is Don Smart. And then Cam Lindley.
I like that company. I like that company. Good guys.
2 subs remain for Sean McCauley, 1 for FC Tulsa. 1 window for each team in terms of substitutions.
Looks like Neidlinger's coming in on the left, and Quinn, I think, is maybe tucking inside, filling that Murphy role as the double holding mid, or that double pivot with himself and Cam Lindley.
Gives you an extra man behind the ball if you're the Indy 11 that way as well. And Neidlinger at times has really struggled to make the 18. The 19-year-old from the south side of Indianapolis, who was a revelation on an academy deal for most of last year. But when he played 2 weeks ago here against Rhode Island, he was fantastic. Grom, Hogan, and Sumaro are the remaining 3 players available off the bench for the Indy 11. Now with a couple of goals and a couple of injuries, plenty of substitutions plus a hydration break, there is far more than 12 minutes left in this match. That ball's got to come down eventually, right?
He got a hold of that one, Salt. A little wide, but that's all right. That's better. And you're taught as a goalkeeper, high and wide, right? So you live for another day, and you give them a throw-in at half.
And Indy turned it back on after, to some degree, turning it off at 2-0. Tulsa has been the better team since that second Indy 11 goal of the own goal variety. And Indy still in a very advantageous position. Musa the read. Brem Sumaro making his way to the Indy 11 bench. It'll be Brem that'll be coming on.
Back here with me, please. Back here, please. That's when you guys want to start making calls and fucking throw it.
Start coming here. And your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Good step by Afemu. And last touch by Tulsa.
we've talked about a little bit earlier, but let's see how Indy does seeing this game out. The last Jägermeister Cup game, right, led in a late goal.
Yep.
That's happened a couple of times for sure this year. So we'll see how they can stay organized in the back. A lot of it comes down to communication and getting some pressure on the ball. I think they've been doing a pretty good job cutting down the passing lanes, but they need to get a little bit more pressure on the ball when Tulsa has it on top of Indy's back third. It's great passing out of the back from Indy there.
Blake just couldn't find Rendon, who comes up a little bit gimpy at the end of the play. Of course, this match is brought to us by the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Looks like Hogan and Sumaro will both be coming on here for the Indy 11. They'll round out their substitutions.
See who Hogan's coming in for. Got to imagine it might be Femu. It's one of those situations, Drake, where you're trying to do right by the player to not put him in a full 90 when he hasn't played for a while, but it's also you want him in there. You know, it's a tough spot as a coach to be in and try to figure out what the right decision is.
Come on, Alex. Come on. Come on, Coley. Move with it.
Andy Swift going over some last-minute instructions with both of those players in front of the Indy 11 bench. DeLue, outstanding touch, but Neidlinger couldn't slow him down. Stauffer tries to pick out an option, but it is tough to get that ball over 6'7".
Yeah, Neidlinger takes an unnecessary step at the ball, which allowed Tulsa to kind of break 2v1 down the side. He's eager, he's energetic, he's young, but just also having that composure is important. Keep it in front of you. They're not necessarily going to hurt you as much when they're in front of you, but when you step and they get in behind, that's when it's much more dangerous.
Good win by Musa. Foster draws 3 sets of eyes immediately, does Malik. Quinn, Neidlinger, and Stauffer.
They'll take that.
Plays it sideways, and final subs for the Indy 11 about to be waved on. Cam Lindley is done for the night. Hogan comes in again. Indy gets even more defensive with Hogan coming on. And Brem Sumaro, injuries have really limited him this season. He was signed out of the Canadian Premier League late summer a year ago as he comes on for Jack Blake.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of adjustments they make here. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going just straight 4 in the back, but we'll see how this looks. Like O'Brien's kind of stepping into that holding mid role.
Substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies.
Moose has got a pretty long throw in. He's on the ball here.
What I would say is this: Indy going with the idea of, hey, let's lock this up in regulation, don't allow another goal. But I point that out in part because a couple of pretty good penalty takers just left the game for the Indy 11.
Yeah.
So it puts even a little more pressure on saying, don't let this get to kicks if you're Indy.
It's a great early step by Hogan, cutting down that Tulsa attack and winning a throw-in for the team. But you do see kind of heavier defensive lineup here, obviously. Some fresh legs, which is good.
So McRobb, the only field player that will not appear for the Indy 11 tonight. DeLue. Well, never really got close to him. He was the player making the run. Stauffer's been a magnet ever since he has been in the game. Offense has run through the veteran. Good side foot by DeLue. The back heel. Cut across and then quickly swept away by Indy. That was Sumaro. Successfully steered that ball about 30 yards away. Looking for the best deal in town? Check out the all-new Pathler and Deck next time you're at Carroll Stadium enjoy. Through on PBRs all game long. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or the Indy 11 box office. Day of game. Pabst Blue Ribbon, because you deserve a blue ribbon.
Tell you what, it's different seeing Cam Lindley, Murphy, and Jack Blake all out at the same time.
That usually would be like the second half of a preseason friendly.
Right.
For that to be the case. Foster elects to keep that ball in play.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Famu. Well, turned back into trouble. Loose change at the edge of the 6 and finally cleared by Musa. You get the feeling Indy's going to have to hang on with kind of white knuckles and fingertips.
A little bit of luck maybe as well. Cannot have those types of mistakes in the back and just really gift wrapping an opportunity for Tulsa. It's easier said than done, but even on those types of moments, can there be a little bit of pressure on Tulsa? They got a little too much time to pick their head up, have some combinations, make some runs, play off each other. It doesn't work out there for Tulsa, but it needs to be a little bit more pressure, a little bit more intensity defensively for Indy, or it's going to be a long close of the game.
Neidlinger sends Chiza into space. Good work by Chiza. Chiza. Foster. Foster weaving through traffic. Well done by Malik. Clean tackle away by Diallo. And Foster digs back in. Foster whistled for the infraction.
Not sure what the infraction was on Foster there, but great work by him to try to get Indy up the field and possess it.
In final 2 minutes of regulation, we expect some significant time at the back end of this. Plenty of time for Tulsa to find one. It's been all Tulsa since that second goal for the Indy 11. Trying to make it 11 points out of 12 and move on to the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals. Weber digs in. Foster has the time and space to track it down. Neidlinger on fresh legs as well. The 19-year-old draws the foul like he was 29 or 39.
Yeah, look, that's, to be honest, not a smart foul by Diallo. Neidlinger's not going anywhere. He's kind of veering out of bounds. And that he kind of bails Neidlinger out. That's what Neidlinger wants to do right there, is earn a foul, get everybody up, kill 45 seconds. So job well done from the youngster.
Oh, Chiza tried to go short corner, if you will, but again, a corner for the Indy 11 that shaves 20 or 30 seconds off of the clock.
Yeah, it was great work by Chiza to get on the end of that ball in from Quinn. And you can tell he's coming end line. He's looking up. He's trying to see if he's got a runner in the box. He doesn't quite see anybody, and he takes a shot at it near post. Goalie makes a good save, out for a corner. See if they hold it here or try to make something happen with the ball into the box.
Normally this is Murphy from this spot. He's out of the game. So it's Quinn who will deliver. He will send everybody inside of the 18. Rendon was a target. Rendon already an assist and frankly served up the ball that led to the own goal. Good hustle by O'Brien. We go back to check an injury behind the play. Trainer waved out for a third time for Tulsa here in the half. You would assume this will be a drop ball restart. But by the time it happens, we will be into added time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. It certainly looks like Indy had clear possession. I don't know if they'll drop it to Indy or whatnot, but I do like the decision from Indy to put the ball into the box. Right? I think too many times, not just Indy, a lot of teams across the world will try to keep the ball into the corner and lose it and then get hit on the counterattack. See the play there. I don't know if it looked like maybe an inadvertent kind of elbow or forearm to the head, but hopefully he's all right.
If the scores...
Ooh, head-to-head. Yeah, it looks like a little head-to-head with Rendon. That never feels good.
If the scores currently hold, Indy 11 would be on the road at a League One team in the next round. Because of Charleston beating Tampa, or leading Tampa, Indy right now with 5 minutes left to go in this one would be headed to play the Greenville Triumph in South Carolina. As they right now are atop Group 6. They were one of 3 League One teams that had a chance to advance. Yellow card shown to Lucas Stauffer. And again, Quinn will...
Yeah, they're kind of arguing over what to do on this drop ball here.
Like Indy had clear possession.
They had possession. Obviously, Tulsa's not trying to give it to them, but all right, we drop it. Game on.
And to the corner flag goes Indy. Shiza will step on it. She's coming home after having a double-digit goal-scoring season for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds a season ago. Eventually dispossessed when trying to keep it buried in that coffin corner. Sumaro finds Foster. Foster, a couple of deft touches. Left-footed shot, didn't get much on it.
We've seen him take it from there with the left before. He's a dangerous player.
And I would think, Brad, given the fact that that injury took a little time, this may be more like 6 minutes than 5.
I think you're probably right, Rick. Well done by Indy, kind of killing off the last 80, 90 seconds. They're going to need to do that once or twice more.
If this is equalized by Tulsa and we finish at 2-2, it is a point for the Indy 11. And frankly, a shootout win would be the same as a regulation win in terms of what it would mean for qualification. But it would mean there'd be a little more drama at hand. And again, Indy has pulled some of their leading penalty takers. Indy trying to close this one out now. Weber trying to find a teammate and some space. It is Stauffer who finds the ball at his feet. Rogers played sideways by Indy. Quinn.
So good. He's so good at that little self flick and then the left volley. You know, I think the fans wouldn't mind seeing a shootout, but I guarantee no one on Indy 11 or that staff wants to go to a shootout. They certainly deserve the 3 points here in regulation, based on jumping out ahead and creating chances and being tough to break down defensively.
I think more like midway through added time. Trying to hold things up, looking to make a turn. Musa a clear. Neidlinger couldn't do anything with it. DeLu. Calhera. The give and go. Stays on side, played across. Salt does just enough. Throw in coming for Tulsa.
It's great clearance at the end, but just too easy.
DeLu. That'll be a corner. You can basically send everybody up but the keeper at this point if you're Tulsa.
Look, I'm not going to jinx anything. You'd almost rather a corner kick based on the big bodies Indy has and Salt in the air than Tulsa kind of nick it and knocking it around the top of the 18. They've been pretty dangerous in those moments.
Rogers delivers. At the edge of the 18, Stauffer. Ball does not get through. O'Brien with the clearance and Foster. But keeper read it properly and plays to the side.
Job well done by Foster, though. Job well done.
And Yoranda saw that one coming.
He boots it out. It's another 30 seconds here as they sort out the throw in. There's a ball on the field. So although Foster didn't win that ball, him putting the effort in, putting pressure, forces the goalkeeper to lump it out.
And there's a yellow card for time wasting.
Yeah, there was an extra ball in the field. I don't know if the ref didn't see that, but
Foster, Chiza rather holding things up and draws a foul. More sand out of the hourglass now for the Indy 11.
Yeah, Foster's doing a good job closing this out. about a minute or 90 seconds, maybe a little bit more left.
Well, it has not been the prettiest of second halves for the Indy 11. But the scoreboard looks really good if you're an Indy 11 fan.
Mm-hmm.
Not done yet. Oh, cross or a foul going to be called here. Restart coming. One last chance for Tulsa. Everybody's got to go forward. Sean McCauley saying, hey, enough time has taken place. Foster gets the tackle. Chizza, but again, and Miranda, outstanding. Bench, a glance, the wristwatch. Not yet. Because our match referee. We said we thought it'd be closer to 6. We are now at that point. Gerald Flores, our match referee tonight. Stauffer. DeLu. In the 18. Ball cleared. That's up. That's it. The Indy 11 are on to the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals.
Job complete from Indy in the Jägermeister Cup. I'll tell you what, them to pick up 11 out of 12 possible points is fantastic.
So all 4 victories in this brand new competition for the Indy 11. Birmingham is still alive in this group. They can be a wild card team. But Indy knows they are the Group 3 winner. And as of now, their opponent would be a League One side on the road in the Greenville Triumph. I think Sean McCauley might be shown a late match yellow as he was on the sprint. Talk to our match referee. We'll talk to Sean. We'll talk to a couple of players as well in our post-game ceremonies. Indy is moving on to the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals as you're watching on WRTV Channel 6.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. Find it. Try it. Paint it. Love it. 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 Love it. Love it.
We start our post-game coverage with our Allegiant securing the win moment. Again, brought to us by Allegiant. Only goal credit to the Indy 11 night. The other was an own goal variety. Bruno Rendon created them both. We'll talk to Bruno in the post-match show, but it's Romario Williams with the goal. And again, now in 4 Jägermeister Cup matches, Brad, the Indy 11 have yet to trail.
Yeah, look, it wasn't the cleanest seeing out that win with Tulsa creating a lot of chances, but kudos to them for getting up 2-0. Still creating chances, and then ultimately they saw the game out. They got the win. They won the group.
So again, Indy now knows they will have an additional match. It will be on Wednesday, August 20th. Again, as of now, it will be at the Greenville Triumph who are leading FC Naples, 2 League One teams there, 2-1. And Tampa Bay came in leading the group tonight, but they were losing at last check at Charleston. So Greenville, as of now, is the potential destination. We'll know for sure coming up later this evening. Indy, again, it was a draw in terms of whether they would be on the road or at home. In that next round, they will be on the road. We'll take this quick timeout. Those of you in Indianapolis will continue watching post-game coverage on WRTV Channel 6. But the Jägermeister Cup continues to be good to the Indy 11. They win this one. They pull 11 points out of 12, and they are on to the Jaeger Cup quarterfinals. Final score in Indianapolis, Indy 11-2, and FC Tulsa 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Whether you're hot, cold, or somewhere in between, at Williams Comfort Air, we look forward to keeping your home comfortable for life.
Imagine a health insurance company that could look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals and help its members find what they need to actually live healthier lives, like a stable job, dependable transportation, or a safe place to live. Well, that health insurance company is not only real, but making a real difference right now. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Player interviews about to commence after the Indy 11 have officially won their group 2-1. They went over FC Tulsa. Again, they win all 4 matches in Jägermeister Cup play. One of them required a shootout. Other 3 were regulation wins. Add the W to the total for Hunter Solt for the season, who joins us now. And you and I were talking during the break, buddy. This humidity has taken it out of you. How are you feeling at the end of that one?
Very tired, I'll be honest, and I'm soaked. I've never had my gear this wet before. It doesn't get like this in Portland.
No, it doesn't, nor does it in Anchorage, Alaska. But now your second year in Indianapolis, you kind of know what to expect during the course of the summer months. Well, again, this is a new competition for you and your teammates. You guys not get to play extra games. You get to play extra games. I don't know how you want to look at it. Just your thoughts on winning the group and getting 4 consecutive wins in this competition.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. We knew it was a must-win game to kind of control our fate. We didn't get it done against Birmingham, conceding late, so we knew don't leave up chance. Just try and beat the team and put us into the next round and help us in the tournament.
Hunter, when the opponents got a decent amount of the ball and using some combination play to create chances like FC Tulsa was in the second half, how can you help your team from the goalkeeper position to stay organized and obviously keep the ball out of the back of the net?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I think the best thing I can do is try and communicate as well as I can to them. Because, I mean, I can see the whole field. So as much as it's hard talking to the midfielders or the forwards just because there's so much movement in front of my center backs. So it's basically trying to keep the back line locked in, keep our shape, make sure we're staying tight and not played through the middle. One of the things that both Brad and I noticed in watching you play tonight, and obviously, again, when you have the wingspan you can cover a lot of ground. I thought your footwork was phenomenal in terms of moving kind of as the ball was, you knew, hey, I got to tuck inside this post, and you were there waiting when the ball was there. So what sort of work do you do on your footwork on a regular basis? Yeah, I mean, as goalies, we do a lot, and you can ask Swift. Yeah, I'm constantly asking me, even training, if I can see the goal, I always ask him, am I in the right spot in the goal? Because I think the biggest thing for goalies is our positioning, and that's what gives us the advantage, is if you can cut off the angles. All right, buddy, go find a shower or a body of water or something. Go hydrate and go enjoy the win. Congratulations. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Hunter Solt, again, goalkeeper for the Indy 11. Doesn't get the clean sheet, but it was good enough. It was a win. And
Hunter's work in goal is going to be our Schleg lockdown play of the game. And here is the last kind of activity that Hunter had to close down tonight. Native of Alaska with a kick save and a beauty to get all 3 points for the Indy 11.
Yeah, big time moment there. Stoppage time. Great foot save.
So Hunter in charge of goal prevention. The guy that was in charge of goal scoring. He had an assist on one goal, and frankly, his ball in set up the own goal. It turned out to be the game winner. It is Bruno Rendon that joins us now. Bruno, congratulations. You know this competition well from playing in League One last year. What's it like to win the group here in your first year in the championship?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it feels amazing getting back to this competition. Winning the tournament last season with the Northern Colorado Hurricane was an amazing experience. And now here with the Indy 11 trying to win that trophy again.
It seemed like it was a good night for you. Was there anything in particular that kind of made it a good night or kind of clicked in for you this evening, Bruno?
Yeah, I mean, I give everything on the pitch tonight, so we make sure we secure that spot on the quarterfinals.
Yeah, heck of a game, Bruno. It was fun to watch you play tonight and all year, but you made a couple things happen. Obviously, the assist led to the own goal. You did a number of things and are just an absolute handful down the right side. Talk to me a little bit about your decision-making when you're attacking the defender, whether to take them on, go outside, go inside, shoot, pass. Talk to me through kind of what's going through your mind in those moments.
I mean, it's tough because I have to run the pitch up and down all the time, so sometimes I'm trying to make sure I have the energy to go higher in attack and then go back to defend, you know. But yeah, I try my best every time that I'm doing everything on the pitch.
You have been playing in these weather conditions, for the last several weeks. Thankfully, we think it's going to get a break next week and be a little bit cooler when the Rowdies come in here. What do you do during the week to make sure you are ready to go 90 minutes, if not more, in conditions like this where it's so humid tonight?
Oh man, I start hydrate myself. From Monday to Friday, every day, liquid IV, every single thing to make sure that I'm ready for the 90 minutes on the game on Saturday,
Final thing before we let you go, obviously you had a great year at League One. Again, we can kind of see you growing into the championship. What has been the biggest adjustment for you bumping up a league this season?
I think on the attacking side, I feel like on this league I have more chance to attack. Last year I have an amazing season, like you say, but yeah, this league is way better so I can improve myself more on the pitch and try to jump on the next level.
Well, today obviously you had a big impact on tonight's game. Go enjoy it. Congratulations. We'll see you next Saturday night.
Hey, thank you so much. You have a great night.
You too, buddy. Bruno
Thank
Rendon again coming up to join us in the post-match show. We'll take this quick time out. When we come back, the head coach of the Indy 11 in Sean McCauley. Sun setting on this evening in Indianapolis, but not on their Jägermeister Cup activities. They're on to the quarterfinals in August. They beat FC Tulsa tonight, 2-1.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect.